Have you ever peeked a corner thinking you've had the advantage, only to get instantly deleted? That's because peeking isn't just looking around the corner, it's about doing it correctly. If you want to dominate your ranked games in Valorant, you need to master peeking. In this video, we're deep diving into everything, from the basics to advanced high elo tactics, to be able to help you understand what peek you should be doing, when you should be doing it, every single time. Let's get into it. First things first. Why is peeking so important? Simply, the way you peek determines whether you get the kill or get killed. Good peeking will help you see the enemy before they see you, take the fight on your terms, minimize the risks while maximizing the chance for you to be able to hit your shot. Crucial thing to remember though, if you're close to the wall when peeking, the enemy will see you first. This happens because of how Valorant's perspective works. Players farther from the wall will gain an angle advantage. If you're hooking the wall, your body will be exposed before you even see the enemy. To counter this, stay further back when peeking to give yourself the better chance to react first. So, let's go over different types of peeks and how to use them properly. First, we have just a normal peek, the fundamental peeking method. You pre-aim the angle before stepping out, ensuring that your crosshair is already placed exactly where the enemy might be. As soon as you peek, you immediately stop to stabilize your aim and take a shot. This is best when expecting someone to be holding an angle. Next, you're wide peeking. Instead of stopping immediately, you continue moving outwards, forcing the opponent to adjust their crosshair. Highly effective against passive players and operators who pre-aim tighter angles. Then we go on to jiggle peeking. This involves a quick, repeated side-to-side movement, allowing you to bait out shots, either to gather visual information or to get an audio cue to understand where your opponent might be. Then there's the jump peek. This technique is especially useful in a post-plant situation. It's a technique where you jump around the corner and strafe back around to minimize the time you're exposed, but it's normally enough to catch the opponent's attention. Finally, we have the crouch peek. This is something that I wouldn't really recommend for lower elos, as most lower elo players don't have good crosshair placement. So potentially crouching, putting your agent's head exactly where the opponent's crosshair is. But for higher elos where players are used to holding angles at head level, by crouching mid-peak you force them to adjust their aim downwards, potentially throwing off their shot. However, like I said, this should be used sparingly as a surprise, and a lot of experienced players will anticipate this. So we've gone over the basic tactics, let's go over the advanced. Have you ever heard the term pop and peek? A pop and peek is a variation of a jiggle peek where you condition your opponent to hold a tighter angle with their crosshair, and then you throw them off guard by swinging completely wide, forcing them to make a significant crosshair adjustment. In most situations, this will give you the advantage as long as you don't overly use it. Next, we have slicing the pie. To be able to do this properly, you need to have a good idea of the map that you're playing and a visual note of it in your mind to understand what angles you're exposed to and be able to methodically slice the pie and only peek one angle at a time. This technique is crucial for reducing risk while clearing corners and pushing onto site. So then we go on to something called God angles. God angles is a special sort of off angle that forces your opponent to expose themselves to more than one angle. So it's either they check your angle or they check the other angle, putting them in a situation where if they make the wrong call, you have a free kill. The next thing we want to talk about isn't something that you can just learn in game. Great peeking isn't just all mechanics. It's also about smart decision making and a great mindset. Before you peek any angle, I want you to evaluate the enemy's position and weapon. Think, last round was they holding here with an operator? Are they going to try and play an off angle to catch you off guard? Understanding the situation before you act is crucial. Next, if you think you've got a strong enough prediction of where the opponent might be, pre-aim that angle, predicting the enemy's position, and then from there deciding which one of the 6 peeks will be best for you to be able to kill. You need to peek with confidence. Hesitation can cost you a fight. Once you commit, trust your movement, take the shot. If you die, take the blame, say my bad team, go on to the next round. So now you understand all these different types of peeks. And what situations should you be using them? For example, say you've got a post plant on. What you want to be utilizing is jump peeks, jiggle peeks to delay the fuses without exposing yourself too much and risk losing the round. You peeking against the enemy jet who's been holding the same angle with an op every single round? Always jiggle peek, bait out the shot. They will have a lot slower fire rate than you will. If you're able to bait out the shot and then peek, there's a good chance you'll be able to catch them off guard. And defensive peeking is by playing off angles and God angles to be able to catch the enemies off guard. Most of the time, holding these angles will ensure an easy kill for yourself. So a lot of these techniques will require time and practice, including doing research yourself, looking up for each map in the competitive map pool. What are the best God angles to play? What are some good off angles? Can you go into a private match and find some yourself? But once you start to learn all these, you'll notice a massive improvement in your 1v1s and overall gameplay. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, maybe hit that subscribe button. I might see you later It's been your boy, Okami. Peace.